Peace. Welcome back to another episode of Psycho, where we're analyzing the cluster B personality disorder and all its fucked upness in relationships. Now, we ain't talking about the cluster A or cluster C, that's another one. But right now, though, let's jump on into it. Cool. So, narcissism, that's being thrown around a whole lot without nobody understanding what narcissism really is. Now, you got pathological narcissism, which is just dealing with me, gimme. I don't have no kind of boundary. I'm entitled to everything. Maybe I was abused when I was little. Maybe I did the abusing, a narcissist. But you got to separate all the way down to psychopath, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissism. All right, so all of them have a form of narcissism or traits in them, which is just look up and see where your traits at. To know that if you're a narcissist, you feel probably a deep down void. So this is why you need to be around people a lot, probably, or just another person. You may not be a true narcissist when it comes to that, just some traits. So you may have a little bit of codependency issues about yourself. But most narcissists are codependent on other individuals. They also are vampires, and they also want to be the only one to shine. Now, with a psychopath knows how to work with other psychopaths to get the job done, to get whatever they want, the vision, put out and open the way they're supposed to, or the way they seen it in their own minds and hearts and shit. But we're going to chop it up about this sociopath and narcissism. Now, narcissism, every one of you is probably a narc. You just probably got paired up with a crazier narc or a harder narc or a narc that's just a little bit more less evolved than you. You just have to figure out which is the less evolved and who's the more evolved. Now, you think that you swift and smart and be like, damn, something wrong with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You saying that, you probably can be less evolved and they're a little bit more evolved, because once you start dealing with them, you see how, damn, they're swift. Or they can be more evolved and you can, or they can be less evolved and you can be more evolved, whichever, or vice versa. But the thing is, though, you're trying to keep your empathy. And when you got that, you can feel what other individuals are on and how they can do things and how things are done as far as like, hey, what possessed them to do this? Now, if you got, parasites and all that shit in you, you poisonous animal eater and all that, then your traits is gonna be fucking multiplied times 10 type shit, because you got parasites in you now. You know what I'm saying? Now you got entities. The unseen controls the seen. Now you got these beings that's around you that's controlling you that can't even ascend off Earth, because they fucking, after they transition, they just love earthly things so much. They may never got a lot of pussy before. So now they're utilizing mortals to fucking get pussy, or orgies, or whatever the case. Or utilize you may be developed really good. And they may just put these in your hand just to watch the response of chicks when you hit them, or dudes when you let them hit. You see? So spirituality, and I'm talking to niggas, man, because nobody's not addressing niggas. I'm talking to niggas, and only I can say that to niggas, or nagas, or nagoos, nagas, so all that. All right, cool. So with niggas, you have to understand that you have to master yourself first, master sex first, because we got some bomb ass sex, man. We love to make love. We love that. But when you understand, when you step back and you see porn, you be like, okay, these beings don't really like love. They like to do the most tabooish shit ever, like fuck another man or fuck another man's wife while the man is on his way home, or talking to him on the phone and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is low frequency shit. And we're dealing with narcissism and psychopath-isms right there. A psychopath will fuck your ass up if he know you're doing some shit like that. And sometimes a psychopath really don't do shit like that too, but they would do it, because most likely, psychopaths, like I said, they care about their fucking supply. They don't want to lose it. A narcissist, they'll teeter on losing their supply and then win it back again, But a psychopath don't want to go through all that hell. They like, yo, I got you. I'm going to take care of your ass. You're going to feel possessed by a fucking psychopath. You're going to feel like you're owned. But a narcissist, you're going to feel like they just left your ass to the side for a little bit. And you're just like, what the fuck? And so when you move on and they get mad and they do whatever they can to try to get your ass back to devalue your ass again. It's called idolize, devalue, and discard. That's the thing. Now, however fast you go through that is what determines, your pathological level. If you just go through those idolize, devalue, and discard phases over and over and over and over again rapidly, you're just probably human. But some people stand on their ego so hard that they just don't even, after the devalue and discard, they don't even go back, and they hope not to go back. But some people go back just to try to get the understanding for, okay, let me just see what's up. Did I miss out on something? Is this a real one? Or the other person, or they let the other person come back to them because it's like, oh man, damn, I thought we had something real and shit, just so they can devalue the motherfucker again, And they may not know that they're doing this. And sometimes they do know. Shit. And don't give a fuck. That's why it's important for you to understand the traits and how shit goes down, especially within yourself. And then you'll see it in other beings. That's why knowledge of self is very important. So you can narcissistically say some shit and make yourself believe something and become an enabler, or need people to be around you to enable you to do dumbass shit. That's why you see a narcissist got a whole bunch of people around him, and them people be like, man, that motherfucker fucked up. But them people is codependent on the narcissistic energy and attention that being have, so that can give them. So they'll get they fix too. So they fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody and nobody don't want to be by themselves. You see? So the key is to be by yourself first, to get to know all your everything. You'll know your spirit and you'll know your genes also. But if you don't know none of that, you're going to be led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right. And that's a motherfucker ready to lead your ass. I guarantee you that. All right? So with that being said, man, these things that's being thrown around here, this term narcissism is just being thrown a little bit too much without individuals actually studying the actual cause of narcissism, why it happened, when did it happen, if a person actually has the potential to turn good, to help others so they won't fall victim to their weakness of their lower self. Because we're in the time of that. This is the time of Cosmon. This is the time when all the spirit and the physical is going to be like blended. All right. So yeah, man. Eat your fruits, berries, and melons. Fix yourself first. Don't be worried about everybody else when it comes to that, because you can't fix everybody else. All right. So I love you, and I'll be with you in the next video.